Hey, ladies and gentlemen, Richard Kenobi here, back from my long hiatus, and now we're back to review Korra Book 4, Episode 6 and 7. So, if you did not, if I didn't say it in the last video, I will be doing Korra reviews every Saturday, because that actually gives me plenty of time to work on other things outside and inside my job. We're going to do a double review because, I think I owe you guys that much. So, let's go ahead and get started. Let's go ahead and get started with, Episode 6, The Battle of Zafu. So, Episode 6 begins where we see Zu and her sons plan assassination on Korra, and to their shock, they find it was a trap, and Korra was able to figure out that they were planning to kill her in her sleep. So they are captured and displayed in front of the whole city of Zafu, declaring themselves, to be prisoners. And, Korra says that she is now taking over and making sure that Zafu stays safe and strong. And we finally see Korra intervene, and we see her trying to negotiate to Korra for Zu's life, and Sue and her son's lives. But she does not go along with it, and this ends up to a battle. Now, the battle between Korra and Korra, wow, they actually do sound similar, don't they? It's pretty well done. I mean, we see, Korra is just too rusty and is not as agile and she's not as vicious as she used to be. Damn cold. So she is really rusty, and she gets her ass handed to her by Korra. But Korra does manage to slip into the Avatar state, which boosts her powers and actually does take Korra off guard. But Korra is just too versatility, and it's just too powerful for Korra. So Ubu creates a distraction while they plan their escape back to Republic City. Also, we see that Bolin and Varric are captured, and Varric is forced to build another spirit bomb. No, not that one. Spirit vine bomb. Let's just call it that. He does eventually end up doing it because he's got no choice. But then after he's done, Bolin and him plan their escape, and they travel off into the forest to try and get out of Zafu and go to Republic City to warn everybody. So that's pretty much where Episode 6 ends. I'm sorry I'm not willing to go that depth into it, but there's really not much to tell, because, to be honest, this episode dragged on a lot. Now, that could be because this is either going to be a long season, or it's going to be a short season. Hopefully it's a long season, because I feel like they're just dragging they were dragging this episode down because they're planning to tell a lot more with this season, which, of course, they might. I did enjoy Episode 6. The battle between Korra and Korra was good and awesome, and it pretty much just shows, you don't fuck with Korra. You don't mess with her. And the chemistry and comedy between Bolin and Varric was very damn good. Pretty much, these two are a better chemistry team than Mako and Bolin, because, nothing about Mako and Bolin really clicked to me when I first saw them. But with Varric and Bolin, absolutely. So, overall, good episode. I would give it a 7.5 out of 10. Now, let's go ahead and get into the newest episode that came out yesterday. Episode 7, The Reunion. So this episode starts off where we see Korra is back in Republic City, and she's reunited with all of her friends, and she finally, for the first time, is reunited with Team Avatar. Well, what's left of it. She sees Asami and Mako all grown up, and, she finds that, they really have changed. They're not the same people she knew 3 years ago, but they're still her friends, and they still love her, which is pretty damn good. And we see that Prince Wu is there just to annoy the crap out of all of them, which is pretty funny. And we also, but their reunion is broken up and doesn't last very long because Prince Wu is captured. So this pretty much ends up where to a badass car chase, but Team Avatar quickly finds out that it was all a distraction and that Prince Wu is not on the trucks. So Korra demonstrates a new power, which I'm going to call the spirit vine, the spirit trace. I'm sorry, guys. It's cold out, and I hope I'm not coming down with anything. So, moving on, where we see Korra touch one of the spirit vines, and she's able to trace and locate Prince Wu. And we see this was only one of many abilities that was taught to her by Toph. So that training from Toph really did pay off. So we see them. They get to the train station, but they have to try and search for him because there's so many trains. But on the other side, this is actually the main story that I really liked better than the reunion story with Korra and Team Avatar. We see We see Bolin and Varric still walking through the forest. They're both miserable. They both look horrible, but they're both captured by fugitives who managed to escape Camp 14, and they eventually, they don't. Oh my goodness! I'm sorry, guys. Speaking of rusty, now I'm rusty. They try and take them alive, as Bolin keeps telling them they're not with Korra anymore, even though they say, "What are you? You think we're stupid? Look at your uniforms." And Bolin is finally able to convince them that they're not, him and Varric are not on Korra's side. So the two forces join together, and they hatch a plan to try and get out of Zafu. But the fugitives tell us that the only way out of Zafu is through this other path, which is guarded by a giant wall. So we see Bolin and Varric come up with a plan to disguise themselves as if they are still on the ranking side of Korra. They take the fugitives in past customs, but by the time they get there, something goes wrong, and they're able to figure out that they're actually trying to escape. So this ends up leading into a badass battle between Team Varric and Bolin, that's what I'm just going to call it, and these awesome giant mechs. And the battle between Bolin and against the mechs, it's pretty damn awesome because, we see that the CG is even better than the last time, Bolin fought one of the mechs. And they almost do get captured, they almost lose, but Varric comes up with the crazy and genius idea to try and take down the mechs. He goes into one of the circuit rooms and creates an EMP pulse that disables all of the mechs. And this is a pretty genius idea, and, then they're able to get out, and they find a boat, and they go on that boat back to Republic City to warn the others. So, overall, again, Bolin and Varric's chemistry is just so excellent, it really, these two should be a new team, they should be their own team, because they're funny, they both can understand each other's problems, and they both know how to fight, both mentally and physically. So overall, good episode. I really enjoyed it, between them at least. So back with Korra and Team Avatar, we see that they finally do locate Prince Wu, and then we see he's captured in a small chest, and Mako's able to free him, and they battle on top of a train. And now, if you saw the Wolverine and how Wolverine fought some of those guys on the train by holding on to the train with his claws, and if you thought, that was awesome, then this is really awesome, because, we see that, they eventually almost do get captured, but Korra creates a giant earth bubble and is able to take them off the train, and they escape. And in here we see actually a touching moment where, you know, they all give each other a hug. You know, they're still friends. Of course they're still friends. And it's a very nice moment between all of them because, you know, Korra said she couldn't have done it without them, and it really does feel like old times. So yeah, that was pretty damn good. I really liked that. Really awesome. But then we see the twist ending where Corvira has located the swamp where the spirit tree is, and her men are cutting holes on the tree in order to take its vines. And I get the feeling the next episode's gonna begin where Toph goes in and kicks all of their asses. But I don't know. Hope that would be awesome though. You don't lie. That would be awesome. So yeah, guys, I actually liked this episode than the last episode because, you know, we see not only is it a reunion between Team Avatar and Korra, it's also, you know, a good buddy escape heist with Varric and Bolin and the other fugitives. So I like that we get a reunion episode and an escape heist episode all mixed into one. So overall, very good. The action was good. The touching moment at the end was still my favorite, where they all hug each other. You know, the chemistry between Bolin and Varric is just good. I don't know what else I can say about that. So overall, very, very good episode. Overall, I would give it an 8.5 out of 10. And hopefully we'll see what's in store for the next episode. So yeah, guys, that concludes my double review of episode 6 and 7. Again, if you have not seen these two episodes, go look them up, watch them, and enjoy yourselves. So guys, that's about it. I will see you guys next week for my look at series between the Green Ranger and Ryu from Street Fighter. Until then, guys, this is Richard Kenobi saying, be air, my friends. See you next Saturday, guys.